What's up, guys? So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and today's going to be how I restored these Air Jordan Flip 3s. But before I get to the video, I just want to go ahead and put these aside for just 1 second. I know with a lot of things going around in this world, things is going a little crazy. I don't really like to get too much into politics, but I would like to give at least a 5-second pause for the Black Lives Matter community. So after we're done with that pause, you want to make sure everybody stays safe, enjoy the weekend, and let's get back to this restoration video. So this is the shoe after it got restored. If you guys want to continue watching how I restored these, this basic fundamentals. All you have to do is clean the shoe, prep the midsole for paint by using some acetone. After that, just use some Angelus flat black and flat white. After you're done painting it, which is a hand brush, or you can just use an airbrush, you have to just put some matte finish on there. That's basically all you got to do for this shoe. I took off the laces. I didn't put them back because they're pretty dingy, so I figured I'd end up buying some new laces. I didn't clear the toe box area and the bag tab just because I want to keep it that aged look, just to give it a little bit of characteristic. But yeah, overall this restoration was fun. If you guys want to continue watching this video, see how I restored these from 2006, it'll be. So for this restoration, we're going to do the basic things. So we're going to clean up the shoe and as well as paint the midsole. So all you need is some black paint and some white paint, which I have right here. So all you need is just Angelus white and then Angelus black, and as well as a Canon matte finish. And also you need some acetone with cotton balls to remove the old paint. And to clean it up, we're going to use Rejuvenator sneaker laundry detergent. What I'm using is the all-purpose brush as well as the stiff bristle brush. And then we're going to use a soft bristle brush just to lather the shoe a lot and just to get it nice and soapy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the laundry detergent into this plain water, just so I have a little bit of soap in here just to lather everything a little bit nice. So I'm going to add the solution in there real quick. So I'm going to be using both the bottle and this just in order to get more out of the actual solution. So what you want to start off first is you want to use a soft bristle brush. So this is the old school Rejuvenator brush. So you just want to put it in the solution, just put it in there and just start scrubbing away. So now we're going to go use the all-purpose brush. Just add a little bit of the solution into the brush. And then you can go ahead and start tackling basically the midsole. So you want to make sure you use the all-purpose for the midsole first, and then possibly work your way up the nubuck. So now what I'm going to end up doing is squirting a little bit of the solution with this bottle onto the toe box. So you want to remember, when you're using like a nubuck material, you kind of want to just go one direction just so you don't damage the material. So going back and forth motion in the midsole, it's okay just because it's not going to do any damage. But like I said, you want to make sure that you go the same direction while going in the nubuck, just so you want to make sure that the shoe stays safe. It being an old shoe, there's nothing too wrong with being a little bit cautious. So usually what I do is I put this into a little bucket of solution just so that it sits there and lathers up, and then we'll go ahead and clean it after. So now I'm going to get more of the soap or the solution and just start cleaning the tongue. Alright, so now I'm going to go get the soft bristle brush just to go over the material just one more time. This brush is okay to go in a circular motion just because it's a soft brush, so the chances of it damaging material is very unlikely. So a lot of people ask, does Rejuvenator really work? Me personally, I think it does. I mean, certain situations dictate depending on how bad the shoe is, but overall it definitely does clean the shoe a lot, and it kind of disinfects it a little bit. And if it has a really bad odor, it definitely helps to get rid of that. Now for this shoe, I don't plan on putting it in the washer machine just because it's an older shoe and I don't want to risk deteriorating the midsole or damaging or any sole separation. So now that the uppers is actually pretty good, I'm going to go ahead and use the stiff bristle brush just to clean the bottoms just a little bit, even though I don't really care too much about bottoms, but just to get it a little bit cleaner for the most part. So I'm gonna get this tape off of it and we get to it. So I think the bottoms is as clean as you're gonna get, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it up. So overall, not too bad, I don't think. The shoe came out really good. Does smell a lot better. So overall, not too bad, I don't think. The shoe came out really good. Does smell a lot better. So we're going to go ahead with the prep work. So all you need is acetone and cotton balls in order to remove the old paint. Alright, so now how to remove the old paint. You just want to make sure that you clean the shoe up really well, which is what we did. And you're going to go ahead, cotton swab, and then grab the acetone and just mix it together. And let the acetone do its job in order to remove the paint. Try not to push down too much because you don't want to end up damaging the midsole. You just want to let the acetone do its job. So we're going to go from this to, here you go, the shoe's all ready and prepped and ready for paint. So you want to see that, you know, it's all nice and smooth. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to tape up the shoe and get to paint. Taped up, there's just one more thing that I feel like a lot of people don't stress too much about, and that's putting tape inside the air unit just to make Alright, now that the air unit's got some tape, so what we're going to get is the paint, which we have right here. And we do need some black paint. I'm running a little bit low on this one, but we should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and get the airbrush. So you want to test your airbrush to make sure that everything works properly and it blows out air fine. So you just want to put a little bit of paint. So I'm going to paint the whole midsole white so it has a base paint. Then after that, I'm going to go with black. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and apply another coat. Alright, now that we're done with everything, now we're end up painting the midsole white. So all I gotta do is tape this up and I'm gonna go ahead and start painting it white. But for this, I'm gonna end up doing freehand just so it's a faster process. Alright, now that we're done with the tape, all we gotta do is start painting it black, and it's a pretty easy step. All we do is maybe 3 or 4 coats, and then we'll be all set. So now that we're done with the blow dryer, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tape. So you see that's pretty crisp, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and just touch up the paint just a little bit. Just got a little bit of access here on the actual leather. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up real quick, and then I'm gonna apply the Krylon matte finish. Alright, now that we're done applying the matte finish, so the shoes are already ready. So it went from this to this, now back to this. So overall the shoe came out really good. It wasn't really too hard. The shoe just had to get cleaned up with the Rejuvenator. Then you had to use some acetone to remove the old paint. Then use some Angelus flat white and then some flat black. Go ahead and paint that using an airbrush, or you could just use it freehand, which I did the black. Then apply some Krylon matte finish and it's basically all set. So this is basically what the shoe ends up looking like right after. So this is basically the shoe. You can see that crisp line all around. No brush strokes. So yeah, this came out really good. At least in my opinion, I think it did. Still gotta take the tape out the air unit because I got some tape in there. But yeah, overall this came out great. So this is, I'm gonna show you guys the before and after. So the shoelaces I'm not gonna put on yet just because the shoelaces are very dingy and dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace those. Hopefully you guys liked this restoration video that I did on these Flip 3s. Overall, they came out pretty good for an old shoe. They were pretty beat, but I'm really happy with the results. I definitely going to end up probably restoring my pair. This is a friend's pair, but I do have a personal pair, but the midsole was already crumbling, the back tab. If you guys seen in other videos, I definitely showed that shoe off. I'll probably just go grab it. So this is my pair. I bought this like probably 2-3 years ago. And within one wear, the soles started crumbling and the back tab came off. The shoe's damn near dead stock, but I don't know what happened. Just, I guess, poor maintenance on whoever had them before. I always keep them in a nice, cool environment. Even my Jumpman is cracking a little bit, but it's whatever. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment down below if you guys want to see another restoration video, or if you guys have any suggestions on what other videos I could do for the future. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.